Hi everyone, this is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I am here to share my very first initial setups in my Estelle by Annie Plans B6 Daily Classic. This is the undated version. All I have done so far is the yearly future log kind of setup and my January monthly setup, or at least most of that. So I just kind of want to share where we're at so far. This is very new to me for sure, but I'm excited to kind of see how it's going to turn out, and I'm excited to get started. So I'm going to show you what I have so that you can kind of see for what I'm doing, but also know I'm going to be continuing to do plan with me's with this, and probably in future months I will show the monthly setup now that I know what I'm doing, or hopefully will know what I'm doing. I will be showing weekly setups and those kinds of things. But just bear with me as we kind of experiment as we go. So inside the cover, I do still have the paper that comes with the planner that shows you what each spread does, because I just kind of want to see how they're using it as I do my initial setups. And then this initial page and the calendar page, I've done nothing with that so far. And then we get to the yearly overview pages. So all I did for this is I used these Mincho fine liners, a few different sizes, and I set up the calendars. I hand wrote all of them, and I am just glad that I did not mess it up. And then I used like a wide one to write the days here. And then I also used this I buy am in this kind of blue-gray color just to mark the number of the week. I'm really marking the number of the week as it starts on a Monday because I do my weekly planning by Mondays, but it doesn't really impact this. My plan is to highlight the days in here using my mild liners. I have this one that's gray, and then this one is called Violet. I'm probably going to use these two, and I'm going to mark work days off, and then I'm going to mark like birthdays and anniversaries, basically things I need to send cards or presents for. I'm going to fill that in, and then I'm going to write them down in these columns, but I haven't done that yet because honestly, it just felt like a lot of work, and I'm not desperate to get it done. This is not my main way I keep track of those things, but I did want to mark it there. I did also mark then the second half of the year as well, and I managed to not completely destroy all my calendars, so I'm proud there. I will also note in the back here, in one of the notes pages towards the back, I did do a pen test with a bunch of the pens that I use all the time, so that I could confirm that they weren't going to smear. I did like rub my hand all over it. The Tomoe River paper is super nice and very smooth, but as a lefty especially, I was very nervous about smearing. So it's good that all of these seem to be doing okay. You can kind of see some of the blacks end up a little more gray than black, but I think it still turned out pretty good. There's also a decent amount of ghosting here, so I have to figure out how much that's going to bother me as well, and if that's going to impact what I can share in my spreads and things like that, but hopefully that's also going to be totally fine. So here is my monthly setup. This is for January. I used this washi tape I got off of Amazon. I just trimmed it down to size. You do have to definitely be careful. You kind of pull the smoothness off the top of the paper with the washi tape if you're not too careful with it, but I tried to be really careful with that. And then also with my cutting, I still used my slice tool that I always use to cut washi, but I just tried to be a little extra careful. The Tomoe River paper seems to be really good about not cutting through or tearing through too easily, but it did make me very nervous. For this setup, I also added in these two Stedler Tri-Plus fine liners in these two different blue colors. And then also I added in this Tombow. This is number 493. Excuse me. And then also a mild liner. This one is all in Japanese. I don't know what it's called, but it's the like light blue color. I did add a sticker here. This came out of the Happy Planner Seasons book that I had, but I just wanted a little sticker here to kind of go with my lettering for the month. And then on this page, I set up an important events setup, which has like the vertical calendar, kind of like you would use in a traditional bullet journal. I did mark after each Sunday so that I can see the week divisions here as well. But this is where I'm going to stick in my work events and things like that, as well as probably my appointments. I think I'm going to use this page still for highlights like I've been doing in my recollections planner, just because that's kind of fun to do and to look back on. So this will kind of be the more functional. This page will not be shared in any finished spreads of finished months because it is going to include work information, but it'll be really functional for me. And then this page is going to be my habit trackers. I haven't decided how I want to set them up yet, so I just haven't. In 2022, I've been tracking 9 or 10 habits each month. I haven't decided if I want to set that up as like separate little calendars for each of those, or if I want to set it up as like a going kind of vertically and I have the habits listed along the bottom. And then each day, I don't know if I want it to match so that the days match between these two, so I can see if there's like a correlation between my habits and my events or something. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna figure that out closer to the month. I might try to take a picture just of this page so that you can see how that turns out. And then this is more of that washi tape. I just took the amount of space I have left over here and cut it to fit there. And then this is the leftover like width of this one to get to that full piece. So that's all I have. This would start February. And then I did take a scrap of the sticker paper. That's the backer for the washi tape, and marked the first weekly. So this is where I'm going to start setting up the weeklies whenever I do that. But I have not done that yet. So that is all I really have for today. I'll leave you on this page because it's definitely by far the most interesting of the pages that I set up. But that is kind of what I have, and hopefully you're enjoying kind of seeing me puzzle through using this and kind of integrating my creative planning and my super functional daily planning. It's definitely going to be a process, but hopefully you enjoy coming along for the ride, and we'll be chatting about it a lot more in the coming months. As always, please like and subscribe below. I really appreciate it. Also, let me know what your planning system for 2023 looks like. I would love to hear about that as well. Follow me on Instagram at Creative Life of Liz to see in progress and finished spreads as much as I can show them, as well as bits and pieces of my life, what I'm reading, things like that. And until next time, bye.